Lawmakers returned to the state capitol on Wednesday, January 4th, to begin the 2023 legislative session, marking the official start of the 102nd General Assembly.
I do solemnly swear or affirm.
8 newly elected senators were sworn into the Missouri Legislature's upper chamber, following the November elections of 2022. While last year's legislative session was heavily influenced by lawmakers' constitutional obligation of congressional redistricting, the Senate's new president pro tem believes there are many issues from the previous session that will be brought up again this year.
Sports betting is a big one, and one that has been now outstanding for a few years, ever since that Supreme Court ruling. I do think the transgender issue is one that was kind of on the edge of getting to the floor last year. The CRT and that parental choice kind of hodgepodge of issues was really close to having a good outcome at the end last year. So, yeah, there's always a handful. Tort reform, statute of limitations was one that we didn't get done last year. So plenty of things because of the map last year, plenty of outstanding things that probably will see the light of day a little bit sooner than they did last year.
With the General Assembly now back in the Capitol, senators will await their new committee assignments, where they will begin discussing the hundreds of bills and joint resolutions that have already been pre-filed by lawmakers this year. While the Senate's minority floor leader has a number of priorities for the new session, he feels that education should be one of the major concerns in 2023.
Your priorities tell you where you're at, but I mean, we're not. This education thing is a big deal, and the 4 days a week thing is a big deal, and continuing to offer legislation that will take money out of public schools versus put more money in, especially when you're in a surplus. I think you got to talk about that.
With the new session underway, lawmakers will prepare to attend the governor's annual State of the State address on Wednesday, January 18, where he will unveil his budgetary and legislative plans for the 2023 session. Reporting from the state capitol, I'm John Pattison.